Now, bringing you the very best in New Hampshire-based local music on IPMNation.com and 100.1 The Planet, this is Local Outbreak.
That is Orchids in the Sunrise, the band
They are here with us in studio under the horizon. We've got all three members here. Welcome, everybody. We're going to talk with them. We're going to get caught up. Really looking forward to this. And let me get those mics up because joining us in studio, we have, and let me get that camera on them too for those of you watching the video feed. So there's Matt Palmer, Jordan Sweet, and Izzy McIntyre all here with us live in studio. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, yes. So under the horizon, great to have you here. The last time Jenny and I saw you, of course, was at Bad Burger.
That's right.
And yeah, you've come a long way. You're a lot heavier than you used to be, which is really nice. Right. I like it. Yeah. Sounding amazing. So we're going to get caught up. We're going to get into everything, but we should, and Jordan, this is more you and I talking about this, I suppose, but we should, let's get the sad part out of the way and we won't spend a lot of time on it. But of course, we lost a hero of ours, Ace Frehley.
Big influence on me.
Yep.
Definitely the main reason why I play guitar. And,
yeah,
like obviously there's other influences that I have, like, Van Halen, Dimebag, but I think Ace was definitely my biggest reason to be playing guitar. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know if it was his sound, the look, the, whole band itself, Kiss, or his solo acts, but the guy just had something for me, and I was just like, wow,
yeah,
like this is where it's at. Like,
yeah. Do you have a favorite Ace Frehley solo?
Honestly, the solo from, what is it, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, I think, is that?
Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
That's a pretty good solo. Rock and Roll Over.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people don't really listen to that album that much, and don't really listen to the solos on there, but that's got some good guitar work on there, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my favorite ones.
My personal favorite has always been Strange Ways.
Right. Yeah. That's another good one.
Love that solo. And now, did you guys play with Ace? Did you do a show with Ace, or did you?
No.
But you went, right?
We went, saw him, we met him. That was a cool time.
Yeah.
I think we had tried at some point, just didn't really fall through.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that happens all the time.
Of course.
You try to play a gig, doesn't fall through. It is what it is, But we did get to meet the guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a pretty cool time. He did put on a pretty good show that night too.
Good.
It was a good time to see,
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to have a good time there too. So
yeah. No, it's and that's one of the things, and Mike knows this. I'm sure has thought about this. As you get older, your heroes, they start to die off,
right? Yeah,
and and you're experiencing a hero dying.
It's sad.
You're young, and
sad,
your heroes are already dying off.
Yeah, right. I mean, dude, like within this year, how many people have we lost? We've lost Ozzy, we lost Ace, we lost was it Brian Wilson from Beach Boys? Yeah. We lost him. We lost D'Angelo
from Limp Bizkit.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just
that was a shock.
Everybody's just rolling. And I'm like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
I had another 5 years in you. I thought these people were immortal.
Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, it's hard, but that's cool though that he was such an inspiration to you and why he picked up the guitar. That's great. Yeah.
I'm glad that I got to experience him.
It's wonderful that you got to meet him. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good memories.
Yes. Well, so we'll talk about what's been going on with the band. Dying to hear from all three of you on this, and it looks like you're doing a lot of good stuff, making a lot of progress, playing a lot of shows. You got a busy schedule. Did you play last night somewhere?
We did. We played a Halloween show. It was a Creep Fest.
Okay.
In Cranston, Rhode Island at Pub on Park. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Hosted by Rambuticon and Voltage Entertainment. And we got to play with, obviously, our extended family and Scarecrow Hill.
Yeah. I love them.
Oh, yeah. We're great friends with them. But we also got to meet a lot of new friends there. Among Ghosts, Forever's Falling Grace, Providence, all great guys, all great bands. It was amazing night, amazing show.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun to actually do something on Halloween night rather than just like sit at home and watch, The Evil Dead for the 90th time in the row or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, we've been busy. We've been working on the upcoming album. A lot of that's in editing and mixing right now, so we're looking
music videos.
Music videos. We've been doing music videos for the second album, and just keep working.
Yeah. I'm really curious to know about the evolution of the sound, because the song, for people hearing you for the first time, of course, the song we just played, it's dark and heavy and whatnot.
Right.
But seeing you live, because Jenny and I, the first time we saw you was when you were opening for Great White, right? At the Tupelo. And
way in the earlier stage.
Yeah. And then when we saw you at Bad Burger, it was louder, it was heavier. Oh, and before that too, when we saw you at Jewel.
Oh,
that night at Jewel.
Yeah.
Because I remember that night saying I was like, wow, they've definitely gotten heavier.
Things have changed.
Things
have changed.
I think with like all the shows that we've been playing, and also a lot of the new bands that we meet, like it's definitely influenced our perspective and our performance. And I'd also say, at least for me, like a big change and a monumental, like, I guess, point in my career was Milwaukee Metal Fest. Like seeing all the bands there, it definitely changed something in me, and I don't think it's been the same since.
Seeing the energy that those bands brought, like whether it was, like the big bands like, Guar and Arch Enemy, or Down or Chimera, obviously, but, even some of the smaller bands that we checked out, like I remember there was one band in particular that we checked on the second stage, a Fugitive.
Yeah.
They were this thrash band that like we didn't know anything about, but we went in there and like next thing you know, we look around and we see like bodies flying all over the place, and we're like, all right, this is a little more like what we're into here. And it was just like that whole experience, not only was it great, and was it great to, have the opportunity and to play in, an event like that, but, to look around and see all these bands and grab little bits of influence from everyone. I'd say that overall, that's really what we do. We try to pick up influences of things, because we, as much as we're in our, in our own band and we're our own, style or whatever, we are still fans. And when we go to shows, it's like we're going to see our favorite bands and all that. So we, take little bits and pieces, and we're like, all right, like, that's cool. What if we try to take it and twist it in our own way? And I think with the whole, getting heavier thing, I think we all kind of liked when we did stuff that was a little more heavy, and it was a little more outside of our comfort zone. Coming out of the first album. And we just fell in love with it. We're like, this is where we're headed.
Well, I also think it's just us getting more comfortable on stage.
Absolutely.
Like we're more comfortable in performing and just, I guess, being different in front of other people.
Yeah.
Being more true to ourselves.
Right.
Say.
Our stage show definitely evolved a lot more after, we got heavier. I mean, dude, like, as much as I remember the original days and, the first couple of months of us being a band, and I enjoy looking back, I so much more appreciate and take pride in the stage show that we've developed now because of our heavier sound and all of our, more mature evolutions that we've done with the music and, the bands that we've met. I mean, a lot of our stage show, in a sense, has taken part from other bands, and we'd taken, influences from other bands. But at the end of the day, I really feel like our evolution has just been from us just being heavier. You can't exactly be, jumping around and whipping your hair around when you're playing some like softer rock.
Right.
It's not as good as the time. I mean, it's still a good time, but it doesn't hit as hard,
Yeah, of course. If you are just joining us, we've got all three members of Under the Horizon are here with us in studio. It sounds like did you ever have a conversation about sounding heavier? Because it sounds like it just sort of happened organically. Like you never really. That's my impression. You never really,
I would say it just happened. Really.
Yeah. It just happened. I think it really was just like every couple of practices, somebody would do something. Like Maddie would throw in like a little scream, or Izzy would throw in a scream, or I'd throw in a pinch harmonic or whatever, and we were just like, oh, we can do this. Like we don't have to play like Kiss. Like we can be Pantera.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where it all evolved. And we were like, oh, so we can do this. So why don't we try to do it? You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The songs that are going to be on the new is it going to be another EP, or is it going to be an album, or what? Like
full album.
Full album.
This time we with the first release, it was kind of, I like to say it was an unintentional EP.
Yeah.
We didn't we honestly all, I think, were very surprised when we like edited it down and we were like, oh my God, it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we were like, oh no. But even though obviously we still love it, but yes, this one is a full-fledged album.
Okay.
I think around like 10, 12 tracks.
Great.
Something like that.
Okay.
I think it was
13 tracks.
13, yeah. Excellent. Now, is in terms of how you approach recording, has that changed at all with the heavier sound, or is it kind of the same? Or
it's about the same, but I think we put in a lot more time and also added a lot, like, extra tracks, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
a
say,
lot.
Yeah.
I think the approach and like how we executed the recording is very much like still kind of the same, but we, this time we sat down and we're like, all right, like we want, this is going to be like a statement. We wanted it to be a, statement of this is us, this is who we are. And, like Izzy said, trying stuff, more stuff in the studio now that we're, more comfortable and we're, hearing different sounds. Like there was so many times where we would just be doing, like someone would play something completely random. Like Jordan would just do something that was like, it wasn't even meant for this song or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just like practicing. And I'm like, wait, what are you doing there?
Right.
Yeah.
Like record,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, the second album is definitely a lot more mature, and it has all the same, recording styles, and obviously there's a couple tonal changes in there, but I think it really differs from the first album because, the first album was like an experiment. We were just like, well, we have original songs and we could make an album or EP, I guess, and we were just like, well, let's send it and see what we can do. But now we're like, we're going to make this like a platinum sounding record and people are going to listen to it, we're going to get it done.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Do you, as you're recording this, do you ever think about, well, let me put it this way. Are you ever concerned with, can we replicate this live? Like if we record it this way, what we're going for.
I would say that like we already play a lot of the stuff live. Like I feel like the live stuff came before how we were going to play it on the recording.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it easier. Yeah.
Especially at least for me vocally, like I've changed a lot in the last couple months. And so some of the stuff that I've actually had to even go back to re-record vocals because I'm like, that's not heavy enough. Like,
really?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not there. So yeah, I'd say the live performance, like how we perform it there, is definitely come before the actual recording style.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because whereas it's only three of you. By the way, so I assume the long-term plan is to keep it the three of you.
Yeah.
Have you
That's
ever
the plan.
you've never discussed like adding a fourth member?
Maybe like occasionally
since the
for
beginning.
keyboard or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But
I think we thought about adding a fourth member before we even had original music.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I think that was the first and last time we ever considered it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's just the dynamics,
It's so good the way it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, not only is it hard to adapt to having a fourth member, because now you're like, okay, we got to figure out, can they play on time? Can they adapt to our style that we have in our sound? But you're also risking the dynamics of the band falling apart. Now it's, well, we're not a 3-person boat. Now we have 4 people, and we now risk having 2 camps if somebody disagrees.
Yep.
And now it's a 2-on-2 or it's a 3-on-1, and it's like there's just too many potential problems for us to worry about. You know,
and I think we're all as I'm sure that any other musician who's listening to this, or even the other musicians in this room here can relate that we've all been in bands that it's like, you have like the ideal amount of people, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, great. We have, 2 guitar players and a, dedicated lead singer who, and a dedicated bass player and whatever. But in all of those bands, we're like, there's way too many cooks in this kitchen. And
Right.
this band was really about the three of us, coming from our separate projects and being like, hey, we work really well together and we're really tight and we really understand our language. Like when we're writing stuff, half the time, we won't even have to like talk about much of like, okay, well, what do we do next for this next section? It's just organic. We all are just kind of like interlinked with each other.
Yeah.
And I think it, really works out. We just haven't wanted to, mess that up in any way.
Yeah.
Disrupt that.
I think that's smart. Yeah. And the three of you are able to get such a big sound with only
Right.
three of you.
Thank you.
So you don't need a fourth person anyway.
It's
Probably
interesting.
Maddie, like beating his drums. but-
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I mean, I've heard that where people are like, "Oh, you guys are very full for a three-piece,"
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I mean is partially why. I mean, there's always the stereotype: you need a lead and a rhythm guitar player, you need all the people to make the big sound. But I think it really just depends on how you play your instrument.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like. I can have a full sound in a solo by just throwing octaves in there. Izzy can have a full sound by just growling and, layering tracks in the studio or even just doing it live.
Yep.
Maddie bangs his drums like an ape.
Yep.
So it's like, it really just goes to show, like, if you can play your instrument in a certain way, you can make a full sound out of minimal amount of people.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you can hear, like, you can clearly hear everything. Like because if you're playing a solo and you don't have an extra guitarist playing
Right.
rhythm, you can hear what Izzy's doing on bass. You can hear all the drumming,
Right.
all the, the double kick and everything. You can clearly hear it,
Right.
what Matt's playing. So I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Do you get that a lot? Like, are people surprised? Do they tell you that
they
specifically?
comment on
Like,
it almost, I think, every
Right.
show. I feel
Yeah.
like there's always somebody who's like, yeah, you guys sound like huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's great.
We get a lot of surprise because I mean we're all young and we're playing, and lately we've been playing with people who are honestly veterans in the music industry, and like they've been here for decades, years,
Yep.
and people are like, oh, young individuals with a room full of 40-year-olds, like,
Right.
how is this gonna go? And when we go on stage, just we blow them away, and they honestly, they come up to us and they're like, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm glad that I was here.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I'm grateful that we can actually put that out, and we put on a good show, and people are excited to see us, or people are even getting any surprise, because I mean, they can see us, but if they're not surprised by us, are we really doing our job?
Right.
Very true.
Yeah. I won't say who it is on the air, but Jenny and I had a conversation. Actually, it was after you were on the show the first time. We had a conversation with somebody who we wanted to connect you with, who reacted. Do you remember this, Jenny? I won't say who it is, but who reacted like, oh, they're kids. I don't know.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about. And funny enough, so you did end up working with them. And I won't say on the air who it was, but but I don't know if they would even mind. But it's somebody you did end up working with, so it all worked out, and I think they were very happy that they worked with you on a show.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air afterward who it was, but but yeah, but now are you all like are any of you still in school at this point? Well, Izzy, you're in college now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
And then what about you guys? You're both out of high school now, right?
Yeah, we're both graduated.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So you're not, it's not like your kids anymore, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
at this point,
grown as much as we can.
There you go.
Right now.
There you go. Now what's the show schedule been like? It looks like you've been really busy. Like, are you playing every weekend or?
Pretty
Basically,
much.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're not doing a show, we're definitely doing like music videos
Right.
or
Yeah.
editing or something. There's no break.
Yeah. No, you're working hard. Is that hard with going to school? Is that?
It definitely
challenge?
can be a handful because I also work on top of it all. So
Yeah.
basically, it's like a 6 a.m. to 10:30 at night thing, and then the weekends are my, I guess, showtime. So.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. But and are all of you? You're all only in this band, right? Or any of you doing?
No.
Yeah,
Anything
What's
else?
this band?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all in this band, and all our creative energy goes toward
That's great.
this band.
That's great. Yeah. Especially for you, because every other drummer I know is in 10 different bands because nobody can find a drummer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is I feel like that is a thing with us, is that we all kind of end up becoming like, musical swingers in a way. We're all just kind of all over the place. But I mean, I think that, now, after I spent, years moving around with different projects and all that, like I couldn't be happier, than to be with where we are now.
That's great.
I think that this is the band that I always, wanted to do and be in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, that's outstanding. If you're just joining us, Under the Horizon is here with us in studio. And now, who are some of the acts that you've played with? Because you've played with some national acts, right?
Yeah. So we played with Great White and Queensryche last year.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And then we met up, and then we opened up again for Great White at the Tupelo not too long ago, about a month ago. But other than that, we've been, playing with a lot of the, higher up local acts. Obviously, as we have already mentioned a couple times in this whole thing, Scarecrow Hill.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of shows with them.
Yeah.
We've done some shows with Sepsis. We have some more upcoming shows with Sepsis, actually.
Swarmy Fest, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be there.
Right down the road.
Yeah, coming right up. Yeah, that's true. It's already November, so it's only a couple weeks away. Wow.
Right,
Like
yeah.
2 weeks, I think.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's coming around the corner.
Yeah. Really
Better
fast.
look out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, bunch of bands, bunch of people, Dead Man's Trigger, Silent Season.
Oh yeah, love them.
Yeah,
They'll be-
great. The
they'll
Grey
be-
Curtain.
Saving Vice.
Yep, Saving Vice, Fight from
Touring
Within.
bands, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bands, and we, that we've, really been trying to reach out to every band we can, because we want to be in the scene with these people. So meeting them, talking to them, and sharing, musical conversations, notes, experiences, whatever you want to say, I think has, catapulted us not only as a band, but as people. You know, I'd say we have a lot more confidence now walking into a venue, when it's like, oh, we know all the bands on this bill.
Yeah.
And we're friends with them. And
Yeah, that always helps.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that helps a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we play another track? But what should I'll let you pick. This is of course from the original EP, and I can't wait to hear the new stuff. But what should we play from? I got it open, so whatever.
That's a great question.
Why don't we do a little bit of I Don't Want to Be You? Let's wake these people up this morning.
I don't want to be you. Yeah. And tell us about this song before we play it.
This song, it's about when I was in 5th grade. They had this class or whatever where you would go in and you would talk to a guidance counselor about what you wanted to be. And she would go onto this government website and type in, and they would give you like some hourly, estimated hourly wage or salary that you would get.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want to be a musician. And she's like, well, it doesn't really pay that well and blah, blah, blah. You should be a marine biologist or whatever instead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, thanks.
Yeah.
So this song's about, she told me that I was never going to make it when it came to music. And, I think she even said that I would end up being homeless and collecting,
Oh my God.
tips from bars that I would play at. And I'm like, lady, you're a school teacher, right? Like, I don't really know what the comparison is here. So anyways, this song's about my aggravation towards her.
Did the website list an hourly wage for being a musician?
It was like, you can make
Probably not
anywhere
much.
from like $5 an hour to like $20 an hour. And I literally said, I'm like, but we don't make hourly wages.
Right. Yeah.
Like, half the time we don't even get paid. So how can you even make that equation?
Right. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, very good. This is a great track. This is I Don't Want to Be You. This is Under the Horizon.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
that ought to get the blood pumping. I Don't Want to Be You by Under the Horizon. Love that track. That is so catchy. And I love the backstory there, Matt. That's really good.
Thank you.
If you are just joining us, Under the Horizon is here with us in studio. We have Matt Palmer, Jordan Sweet, and Izzy McIntyre here with us on this Saturday, and sounding great. Can't wait to hear the new stuff. And we might even hear something from the won't say anything official, but we might hear something on the show.
That's right.
In the coming weeks.
A little sneak peek to the album.
A little sneak peek to the album, yeah. So if you are a regular listener of the show, you want to make sure you tune in every week, because you might hear something new very soon from Under the Horizon. Well, which does raise a question. Do you have kind of a long term? Do you have any kind of an ETA on when the new one might be coming out? Or
we're looking about 4 months out now.
Okay.
So early 2026.
Okay.
We're gonna, we're thinking probably around like springtime or so. So ideally, before, the big show season, so then we can, release the album, and then, we'll have a whole schedule of shows for, people to, come out, check it out. And, yeah. So about 4 months. So sooner, it's sooner than you think. You know what I mean? We've been saying that because this album has taken a long time, but we're making it through soon. We're looking at about 4 months or so.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Do you have other elements like artwork and stuff? Have you decided on that yet, or are you waiting until the album's done? Or
I can't say that we've officially decided on anything, but it has all been in conversation. Obviously that's all stuff we got to coordinate, but I'd say that, we've had conversations on all of that. And I think we all basically have the same vision of what we want. It's just, having the time, once we're done doing all the other stuff, to be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Go, let's send it to all the companies and all that.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of work that goes into it,
for sure.
I'm curious too about what goes into the decision to, like, because you're doing a full album, because there's so many different ways to release music now. And you can do an album, you can do an EP, obviously you can do, a lot of artists now just do a series of singles. And they kind of do the inverse, and maybe those singles coalesce into an album eventually, which is completely different than the way it was like when I was growing up. It was, first single goes to radio 6 to 8 weeks before the album, then the album comes out. Then if everything goes well, you get a second single, maybe a third single. But now it's like there's so many different ways to do it now.
That's kind of, I think, the plan with this album. We've I guess heard from a lot of other bands that releasing like song at a time usually works better, because unfortunately, in this day and age, people's like attention spans are a lot lower. So to keep people's attention, sometimes it's easier to give them something to chew on, and then come back like a week or two later and give them something else.
Right. Yeah. So when you do, is it important to you as a band to have I don't know, is there any kind of a theme to these, or something that kind of binds the songs together that are going to be on the new album? Or
absolutely. I mean, I'd say that when we went into writing this record, we had kind of a vision. We're like, okay, we want to, still be ourselves, obviously, but we want to be heavier. We want to be darker, more gothic, and we wanted to, implement more elements of, some of the other stuff that we'd been listening to, Izzy has put some of her classical influences in on this album, and gothic influences. And I know from me and Jordan, there's some, influences from bands like Tool and, heavier bands, Pantera, and stuff like that. And even, some new metal stuff like, Slipknot and, Limp, and just whatever, tickles our brain. And then, but I'd say overall, we want it to be heavier, more encompassing, and darker.
Right? Yeah. And how has the live show, because you touched on it earlier, the live show, how has that changed? You mentioned that's also kind of changed as the music has gotten heavier. Are there specific elements that have changed, or is it just how you all kind of perform individually on stage? Or
I think our energies really have changed. I think we've
Yeah.
put a lot more energy into our performance, and
Right.
I mean, there's some added, I guess, stage gimmicks as well. And I would just say more, I guess, maybe for Jordan, like the movement. He moves a lot more, I feel, and a lot more exaggerated. We get off stage too for anyone who hasn't seen us, and we try to interact with the crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'd say just overall, our energy is a lot higher than I think it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, I remember watching like the Great White video, you know, when we first played the show that you guys went to.
Yeah.
And like, it's just drag. I'm just watching. I was like, I'm barely moving. We're all like, we're young.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, like, you know, obviously you got to cut a little slack because we were young.
Yeah, yeah.
First little bit in the music industry. But like,
Yeah.
now it's just like we actually function like a real theatrical, I guess, band.
Yeah.
You know, the music's good, theatrics are good. And we've all just grown to have our own, like, you know, building the band, but also us individually all have our little gimmicks and, you know, our personalization to ourselves.
Yeah.
That way it's not just like you're a group of kids. It's just you all are 3 musicians with 3 separate talents and you make one big unit.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's definitely cool to see that, you know, turn out in the live.
Oh yeah. I just realized as you were talking about that too, that was the Great White show. That wasn't your first show, was it, or was it?
It was our second.
That was your second.
Yeah,
What
it was the second.
What was the first one?
It was Rochester
Performing Arts Center. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
But it was mostly just, honestly, for like friends and family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very interesting going from like 15 people on our first gig and then it was like 500 the next day.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, this is where we're at now. Like,
Yeah. See, that didn't even occur to me until now. That must have been wild too.
It was pretty.
I remember
It was
having
insane.
there were
Yeah.
a lot of nerves backstage right before we
definitely.
went on stage. And
I can
remember-
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mike had to give us the little coach's speech and be like, this
Yeah.
could be your life for the rest of your lives, and this could be the breaking point. You guys got to lock in. And I'm like,
Yep.
okay, let's lock in.
Yeah. No, and you did. It was great. It was excellent. You know, and also too, you know, so to be in front of a crowd that size so quickly, and also, I mean, you guys don't sound like Great White, so there's always
Right.
I mean, I don't know if you were
Yeah.
nervous about that at all, but I mean, I think broadly speaking, people who are fans of rock music are fans of rock music and like a lot of different subgenres, and so.
Yeah.
But so it's easy to overthink it, but still, it must have been. I mean, it had to be in the back of your minds, like, is this crowd going to like us?
It was-
It definitely is almost, I think, with any show that we play. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of where it is, we always have to
Right.
think, like, one, do we really work well genre-wise with other bands, and are the people going to like it? Because,
Yeah.
you know, when you go from, like, lighter rock to the metal, it's kind of, like, jarring.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And, you know, we've had bands that, unfortunately, we just find it hard to, you know, really do gigs with them because it's like, not only do we have to pertain to the crowd, but the bands also have to pertain to us, and we also have to have compatibility with those bands musically.
yeah,
And that evolution has kind of put a little bit of a stick in the road where it's like, how many gigs can we really do for the more older hard rock, you know, listening people?
yeah,
And, you know, but on the same time, can we really do that many metal shows? Because we're not like metalcore or like
Right.
anything, you know, very crazy like that.
right.
So we kind of fall into this, again, like we had this before, this little middle ground where
Yeah.
we're not exactly metal, but we're not exactly hard rock. So now we're trying to even it out a little bit, but
Yeah,
we make it work.
Yeah,
You know? We do
yeah.
what we do.
absolutely.
I mean, I'd say that, you know, I think, you know, we sit, you know, we think about that, but I'd say that overall, I think we always end up coming to the same conclusion of we got to be ourselves, and we always
Yeah.
go out there and we, you know, show fully ourselves 110%, and we figure, you know, if the people like it, they like it, and if they don't, whatever, they can walk out and go smoke a tube out in the parking lot or something like that.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, we've never really had much of an issue with that. We've played in front of a bunch of different crowds, you know, whether it be Great White or Juggalos at the Lethal Weekend there.
Yep.
and it always ends up great, and we always end up, meeting new fans, meeting new friends, and having, honestly meeting fans that we might not have met if we were to, exclusively do shows with like a band that we were exactly like.
Right.
So that we really love doing, as much as, sure, we might in the moment be like, oh my God, are they going to, like this? Are they going to like that? At the end of the day, we like being ourselves to show people to, hopefully widen the, bring more people in. Music is about, speaking where words can't and including everyone and, all working together to bring some wonderful art out into the world. So we love doing stuff like that.
Right? Yeah. Well said. Well, the time goes quickly. So thank you, all three of you, for joining us today.
Thank
you for having us.
Always wonderful to have you on.
Absolutely.
I do want to close out the show with one more song of yours. I'm going to give you a minute. You can take a minute to think about it, though, because while you're thinking about that, Jenny, for listeners who don't know, I did
nothing.
You showed up.
Where did I show up?
In John Oliver's show.
I did.
Last week tonight, last weekend. So
I did with some other people that I have had the honor and privilege of fighting alongside of for the last number of years. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really exciting to be on John Oliver's show. If you haven't seen it, it's streaming on YouTube, and you can also find it on gencoffee.com.
Yes.
JENNCOFFEI.com. Keep up with all the good trouble I'm getting into.
Yeah, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for remembering that I'm here.
Yes, of course. That's yes. I know. Where's the best place to go online for people to keep up with everything Under the Horizon is doing?
Anywhere.
Underthehorizon.org, Facebook, Instagram, literally any social media.
Yeah.
If you exist on the platform, we exist on your For You page.
Outstanding.
So, you basically just load up any social media. If you use websites, underthehorizon.org, we got all our gigs, merch, our first album's on there for free listen, and you can go on the Spotify from there, listen to it from there. We got a little news part, keep us updated.
You could come see us live as well.
That too. We have a couple live shows coming up.
We do.
When's the next show? Or mention the next couple if you want to.
So we got a couple shows left for the year here. The next show we got is next Friday. We're going to be up at Rumors in Biddeford, Maine, which is a new venue that we've never played at.
Oh, cool.
But we're doing that with our friends Scarecrow Hill, Define Perspective, and Paradise is Canceled. The next Friday on the 14th, we're going to be at the Cannery in Southbridge, Mass. with 3 Degrees. They're an amazing Maynard James Keenan tribute band.
Oh, cool.
So they do, Tool, Perfect Circle, Pussifer. They're great.
Yeah.
As we said, the 15th, we're going to be right here in Manchester, Queen City, at the Jewel nightclub.
Swarmy Fest, yep.
Yes, that's going to be an amazing show there. And then 16th, it's not really a show, but we're going to be going to New England Music Awards because we got nominated for Metal Act of the Year.
Congratulations.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah.
And then for the last show of the year, if anyone who's listening is looking for a concert that's maybe a little bit different than the normal experience, you can come see us December 13th and Fall River. We're going to be doing a show with Midget Wrestling.
Oh, no kidding.
That'll be a good time.
Is this with Loud Entertainment?
This is with Loud Entertainment.
What
our
you
friends
said.
in Loud Entertainment.
Excellent.
So we do songs. You see midget wrestling, metal and midget wrestling. It's a great night. It's a great time.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
So check out those shows. Come see us live. We can't wait to see you guys in the pit.
Outstanding. And what are we going to play to end the show? What do you want to go with?
Under the Horizon.
Under the Horizon.
Title track.
Very good. Let me get that ready. And thank you all. Thank you all again so much.
Of course. Thank you for having us here.
Just waiting for the track to load up. I'm downloading it from Google Drive, and it's running a little slow,
right.
which is not because of any particular reason other than it does that once in a while. But here it comes. Okay, there it is. Under the Horizon. Under the Horizon by Under the Horizon to close out this week's Matt Connerton Unleashed. Thanks, everybody.